What's up, Stormy?
Before I go anywhere,
Babe, could you give me my water bottle from out the room?
before I go anywhere with y'all, I'll always check with my wife first to see what we got going on. And then I can make plans around that.
Can you give me my water? All right, I see you, son. Where you at?
So, Curtis, I'll let you know about Ecuador. Talk to my wife.
Okay, okay, okay. You look so cute.
Thank you.
All right, all right. You ready? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
as ready as I'm gonna be.
You got a delay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just got this delay, girl. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do my intro. Then I'm gonna ask you, tell me who you are, your genre, and then we're gonna get into the questions. All right.
All right.
All right. Here we go. So, welcome back to Black Girl Book Talk. Book Talk, the podcast where we spotlight the voices, pens, and unapologetic truth of Black and POC indie authors. Today, we're diving into passion, realism, and emotional heat with a rising voice in urban fiction and contemporary romance. The brilliant pen behind "Love Help Me Steal" and "Him." She's new to the game, but writing like a seasoned vet with deep characters, complex emotional layers, and a raw depiction of poly black love. We welcome the newest name you need to know. Son, let's get into it. Introduce yourself, ma'am.
So hi, I'm Sunshine. Oh, I think I've been here for a while. I wrote "Love Had Me Still," his "Eternally Yours," "Against His Wife," and right now I still got three other things in the works. I'm trying to stick out there. They're still outside of my norm. I write urban fiction, urban romance. I'm trying to get into paranormal. I might do dark romance. I might not. It's a little if or. It's
Okay. I like that. I didn't hear nothing else but the paranormal part. That was it.
I live in a horrible area. I live in a very horrible area. The service out here is
The Wi
horrible.
Fi, I can tell because that Wi Fi is pausing and everything else.
I don't even have the Wi-Fi on. That's the crazy part.
Maybe I don't know because
Because
you
the
got a
Wi-Fi.
delay. Uh
Oh, yeah.
oh. Okay, that's better.
All right, there we go. We good.
All right. So let's get started from
Going
the
in.
top. Who is Sun? Like, give us the journey. Who are you off the page, and how did your story lead you to the path of the pen?
Oh, it started when I was younger. I had like a small fascination. It started with reading. Let's start there. That's where it started with. Like most kids don't like to read. Nah, go on, give me that book. I'm alright. I'm cool with it. It started from poetry, and I was like, I don't think this for me. Then I went to
Mm-hmm.
fanfic. That was around the era of B5. That's what interested me. I was like, go see what this on. And then it kind of just grew from there. I was going around with my little notebook in high school, and I had my friends reading it, and they give it back and be like, "Hey, we want some more. Like, can you?
Yeah.
What is this?" And I was like, "I'm doing this for fun. This is not really for y'all. I needed something as an outlet to let go of all the little pent up angers instead of getting in trouble. I was putting it to paper. So that's where it started, and then I stopped. And I took
Okay.
it up, and then I stopped, and now I'm taking it serious. So this is a lifelong journey now.
Okay. Maybe I should have started with the pen first instead of my fist. But hey, Hey, boo woo woo.
I mean, it took the pen afterwards. Don't get me wrong. The pen was in between for me. I had to realize that would help me stay out of the amount of trouble I was in. Granted, it took a little too late, but it's still better late than never.
True. Better late than never. So, what did you choose? Why did you choose to write urban fiction and sort of kind of like contemporary romance? What was it the stories you needed growing up, or the stories you felt weren't being told?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I wasn't too much trying to do romance, but I know for a fact that I have to challenge myself. I can't just always stick with one. I know for a fact if I can do one, I can probably do the other. And you don't see too much of the regular black love glorified. So I'm like, especially when it comes to polyamorous, because it's more looked down upon than anything. So, and
It
it's like,
is.
I live the lifestyle. Why not write the lifestyle? So it kind of plays into the two.
Mm. So
Like
let's
urban
talk about.
fiction is easy. It is.
Oh, well,
I grew up in the trenches, so writing urban fiction for me was a little easy.
well,
A
yeah,
lot of the
well,
stuff I've seen, so it's like a lot of stuff I participated in. It helps build the world, the character, all of that.
mm, I like that. I like that. So let's talk about your newest book, Love Had Me Still. If you ever make a character like Corey again, me and you gonna have words. Cause I'm about ready to throw my Kindle. Cause that bitch was like working my
I would apologize for that, but I will not.
between Corey and the mammy and the coach. I look, bruh. You had me stressed out. You had me stressed out. All right. So, what was your
No,
mindset going into writing this book? Like, what message or emotion did you want to leave readers with?
I'm not going to even hold you. I can't even tell you because it was brought to me by Stormy, and she was like, "I want to see if you can do this," and she did. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, "I'm gonna try." It was certain things that I was putting down, I had took out, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, and that was my thought process through the entire book. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is not, like I said, it's out of my norm. And I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out. So it's like I wanted y'all to be a little bit of sad, a little bit of happy. Not feel like you finna cry, but you don't cry because I don't like crying when I'm reading books. I got a real problem with
Yeah.
that. I didn't come in here to be boo-hooing. That's not
Facts.
my, and I think the end, and that's what it is. I throughout the whole book want you a little bit stressed. Where I really want the heartfelt is towards the end. That's why there's a letter at the back of the book
Mm-hmm.
from Stormy to her babies.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I was chewed out enough for the last chapter before that. She wasn't too happy about that, but it's
Mm-hmm.
what I do. It's
You chose a why choose poly relationship and you wrote it with depth, realism, and sensuality. Why poly? What pulled you to tell this kind of love story?
because everybody thinks when you think poly, everybody immediately thinks it has everything to do with bumping uglies. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It's not even a power fight. When you sit down and you realize that you have enough love to give not just to one person, but
Mm-hmm.
another, and they are okay with it, and there's no problems as long as and folks, this is where they get it wrong. Folks think communication. No, it's comprehension. When you can actually sit down with two people and come to an agreement, set boundaries, set clear rules, make sure everybody has equal time.
Mm-hmm.
It it's a good enough love. You
Yeah.
are happy and full and not sitting here stressed out and worrying about anything outside of that. Y'all
Mm.
building a household, structure.
Yeah.
It is so many things that come with it. And it's like, again, I lived the lifestyle, so it wasn't too hard to stick that in there. It's just working with two different male characters with two different personalities at once is
I ain't
a
even
little
gonna hold
irritating.
you. I was trying to choose which one of them my man, because goddamn Knox and some men. What? My God.
But when they get it
So,
together, when they are together, they stand behind her. When they not together, they're a little loopy, just a little bit. Being a normal man.
Stormy, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Anyway, so Stormy is soft in her safe space when she's with them, but fiercely driven when she stands alone. How did you craft that balance? Was her character a reflection of women you know, or of who you are?
Um, More so women I know. Some of the positive, I've
Mm,
seen women who thrive by themselves, but when they are not
mm.
by themselves, when they are with their partner, they as cuddly giddly as they need to be because their brain shuts off. There is no I need to worry about having to do this, that, and the third when they are around. I can't say
So,
myself because I'm the hard body in any situation.
Lord Jesus.
I,
So,
I am. I'm the hard body. My brain
so
doesn't shut off.
well, ain't nothing wrong with that. My mouth don't shut off, but hey, here we are. So Samir and Knox were supportive, but a lot of judgment fell on Stormy alone. Is that a reflection of how poly women are treated in real life versus the male partners, or do you take some creative license here?
No, real life because
Mm,
that's what it usually is. The women get the most slack when it comes to that. It's fine for a male to do it. Absolutely, nobody bats an eye. Let it be a woman.
mm-hmm.
It's
Mm,
hell and high water.
mm. That's why I said my husband don't
It's
need
like
to put me in
if
that
she can be able
situation
to love
because
two
great.
women, why can't she love two?
You know what? They
Like
don't do that for
it makes
women.
no sense.
Girl, your delay.
They we are more so. I know, and I got my Wi-Fi on now.
That's crazy.
There we go. I told you it's ghetto out here. I live in the ghetto area.
So, Corey, whew, this bitter bitch. Corey, she was bitter, manipulative, and she weaponized society's judgment of poly relationships. Is Corey a warning about how some women internalize misogyny, or was she just a necessary villain?
Both.
Mm,
She was both because there's always a woman who has a problem with a lifestyle you are living, whether it makes you happy or not. There's somebody back there who's gonna be some hating ass bald head scallywag with an issue,
mm.
and Corey was prime example of that.
Yeah, I was. Whew, the way I wanted to reach through that damn Kindle. Girl, because she was, and then the shop part, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? He did not want you.
And that was the problem. That's where a lot of it comes from. The moment you tell a woman you don't want her, next thing you know, hell and high water. The brain click off.
Ugh, irritating. So the sexual intensity and emotional connection were spot on, but in real life, Polly isn't always smooth. Do you think you wrote a fantasy that people crave, or something very real that just isn't often seen in our literature?
Very real. Like, yes, everybody has their problems. Do not get me wrong. Everybody has some kind of, but like I said, communication and comprehension are one and the same. And if you can
Mm,
solve an issue without there being so much uproar,
mm.
then there's no, and like I said, everybody already sees it in a negative light. So if you're sitting there arguing with two men, automatically you are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna look to them. They're gonna look to you. Well, what did you?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happened? What did you say? No, I wanted folks to see that you can live this and still be happy.
Mm.
You can have this and still be happy. You can still be loved on the same way you can love monogamously. You can love this way too. There's no ladder.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Two straight men loving one woman with no alpha war between them. How did you approach writing Samir and Knox bond, especially in a way that didn't rely on jealousy or toxic masculinity?
Okay, so this I will say this more so is based off of my children's father, because like I said, I lived the lifestyle and I've done poly with him. And had you like there has to be a common denominator in the mix. And you both of them are still alpha males, but they don't let it overshadow what they are feeling for her. Because too
Mm.
much can make you drift away from a person. If you become
Mm-hmm.
the problem will be removed.
Mm-hmm. That's
So they
true.
have to understand that if we're going to do this, we have to make sure our emotions not only as men are in check, but she's okay as well.
Mm.
That's why there was a small conversation between them on the phone. You good with this? You all right?
Yeah.
And they both were understanding. Yeah, as long as I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah.
And
So
again, there was shared between the both of them. She made sure
yeah.
nobody outshadowed the other.
I like that, and I like that she saw the differences in them. Like she was saying, Knox is her soft, sweet place, and whereas Samir is this, he's aggressive, but he's what she needs when she needs it, type deal. So I like that. So,
When you put two men with the same characteristics, it doesn't work. That's where the bump heads come at. So you
mm,
have to find what works for them each, and because one is more quiet than the other, it works.
do you think that the black community is harsher on poly relationships? Why are we more comfortable when it's fiction, but still judgmental in real life?
They they they're judgmental about everything, but more so when it comes to poly is because and a lot of women get forced into it.
Mm,
They get excited with poly. So their first immediate reaction for poly is the most negative thing possible.
mm-hmm.
And whether it's fiction, not fiction, to them, they rather be cheated on than to be out here loving equally. They
Yeah.
and
Uh,
they'll judge somebody because they are not being cheated on and being loved openly.
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. Um, you're new to publishing, but your pen already feels like it's seasoned. What are your dreams for your writing career? Self published,
This was
no
supposed
film
to be, and
adaptation.
I, I I've been told I need to step into film, but I want to stay with writing first. I want my foot to be completely in the door
Mm-hmm.
fully before I touch anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I started off on Wattpad. That was my original stomping ground. I was a Wattpad girly, so that's where I originated at. And then I stopped. Like I said, I stopped. It was a good, nice little writer's block. And then when I picked it back up, it just never stopped. It just kept
Mm-hmm.
flowing. It just And then I'm a dreamer, so a lot of my books come to me while I'm asleep. And if I don't stick it down, I'm an irritated soul, and it's just there, pulsing at the front of my brain.
So let's get real. Let's talk about something. How has bullying, fake allyship, fake friendships shown up in your author journey so far? And how do you protect your peace and your pen?
Ooh, old see, and this is where I like where my growth comes in because old me probably would have chewed everybody out under the sun for it. Like I would have crashed out. I at this point I ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not here for me, if you cannot show up the way I show up, you have to go. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna even bring it to your attention because for what?
Yeah.
Behavior is behavior, and if the patterns are patterning, I'm just gonna remove myself. There's no need to stick in a circle. That's not for me.
That's smart. That's smart. You can't
Whether
let
it's
nobody
people
keep you
I've met
going.
here or people I've met off here. No, it's I've definitely ended friendships because it's like for what? There's clearly an issue. I'm not gonna deal with it.
I mean, as long as you protecting your brand and your peace, then fuck everybody else. Because anybody that has to bully another person, regardless of what the situation is, you look weak. You know what I'm saying? You're not a bully, you weak. So I'll never not I look, I don't even understand the shit that be going on, half of the shit that be going on in Book Talk and Black Book Talk when it comes to this bullying and all this other bullshit. I just don't even understand it, and I don't even understand why it's necessary. Shit, we already fighting for our lives just to fucking exist. The bullying shit, what the fuck for and why? You make yourself look like a weak ass bitch or weak ass nigga, like point blank period. So I just don't get it. Y'all make yourself look like fools. And the funny part about it is I'm the dumbass that'll call you by your name and call you that fool or stupid bitch. And then you'll say I'm bullied. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep it respectful and fucking professional. Like we be having a good fucking time. We got enough shit to worry about. We got the motherfucking cat hair in the White House and his crew. We ain't got time to be worrying about this shit. All
Okay,
right?
look,
I just want us all to get along or be like each other enough. God dang. Jeez. So you
most
write
people can't
long
do.
ass
Nobody
books.
is mature enough to do that.
You write long
I
ass
do.
books.
I do.
I was just like, I'm gonna kick Stormy ass and your ass. Like, what the hell? You write long ass books, they thick, but
She
they
told me it had to be a minimum 400 pages. She said it had to be a minimum of 400 pages.
you know what, Stormy? You gonna make the original YN come out. You be irritating. What the hell? But no, but even though it was thick, it was the emotion was really good. The dialogue was amazing, and the tension was A plus. So was that intentional? Like, what does a long book allow you to do that a shorter story cannot?
And a longer book gives you more so an insight of their almost day to day, but not fully. Like you get to
Mm,
know them exact for who they are. A short book, you can learn about them, but you can only learn so much about what they give you. You
mm,
can meet the parents, but you don't know exactly what their relationship with the parents is, how they interact.
mm.
You know, I want you to see what made them them.
Hmm. Okay.
Like what gave them their nice little. And then half of the time, some of it's long because I have extended the damn spicy scene. I just
Hey, woo woo
it
woo.
could have been
That
shorter.
sandwich, that sandwich scene. Hey, the sandwich scene, y'all. Yo, I had to flick back a couple of pages. Like this shit happened fast as hell. Like what? The way they spit fired her ass, yo, and it was not even one nigga telling her in a very aggressive way, like, "Bitch, you gonna take this?" It was two. Oh my god, that was
Yes.
that was from him
Yeah.
against the wall to the goddamn, not even making it to the bed. Bruh, on the bar stool. I look, people, y'all gotta read this book. That
I
was
had
some
to.
good spice.
I mean, what's the point of having two men if they both can't talk you through it at the same time?
Oh my
You know,
God, yes, they talked her through it.
and they work together. It's like I said, it's a team effort. They both on one accord without even having to talk to each other. They know exactly how to move.
Y'all, let me take off my glasses because I need y'all to see and hear this. Yo, there was a scene in there where she just wanted to just come real bad. And these niggas looking over her shoulder, looking at each other like, yeah, and went harder. I was like, my God, what the fuck? Yo, I every scene she was with them sexually, I was like, ooh, what he gonna do next? How he gonna top him? What he gonna do? Oh my God, the bathroom scene got mad at her because she looked good. So they had to show, okay, you look good. We gotta, mark our territory. Let me holler at you right quick. Like what? Yo, this book was good as fuck.
A lot of late nights and early mornings and Red Bulls. So yeah,
Oh.
it was a journey.
All right, so are you sticking to urban and contemporary romance, or do you see yourself venturing into new genres? I know you said paranormal, but you also said dark romance. So,
Yeah,
what does that look like to you?
that is a
Teetering slope?
yeah, that dark romance is a very teetering slope for me a little bit. That is I want to try it. I want to try it, but I know the way my brain works. That once that if I do that, I'm going to be stuck in the writing romance books for like a minute because I have to balance out the chemical in my brain. Because after I wrote That Held Me Still, I wrote another one. And then once I finished that one, I went straight into Smurder Bodies. Like my brain immediately clicked back.
Wow. Wow. So,
I have to find the balance.
when you find that balance, just let me know when that paranormal coming.
Oh, that's October. It is definitely. I'm dropping it on Halloween.
Mm?
And it's a series. It's a bloodline series. So if there, I have wolves, I have witches, I have dragons, I have vampires, and I still want to add to it.
Oh my God. You are speaking my language. Oh, I must read. I must have these books. Okay. All right. So we winding down. Where can readers buy your books, digital, paperback, and audio? And do you have a website?
So for right now, it is only ebook because me and Amazon is beefing when it comes to paperbacks. They doing too much. So when I finally do get paperbacks, it will be up along with my website because I'm in the works. When I want things done, I need it all together where I'm not putting one or two out. I have too many books out where I shouldn't have all my paperbacks drop at once because that is my
Mm.
plan. The only paperback out right now is for Eternally Yours, and that was when I first dropped that in general.
Mm.
So, like I said, I want all of it.
Okay.
That way, when my website opens up, you have a nice just oh yeah, I want this or what I'll do because I do want to do book boxes, and because like I said, I have two series already, so it'll together.
I keep saying to y'all, as authors, some book boxes be hidden. If you do them right, they be hidden. We be buying the fuck out of them. Nissan had just announced that she
And I
doing a
want to
book
make
box,
sure.
and I told her, "Shit, let me put my husband coin aside for it."
Yes, I have to make sure I have all of it. I want it all together. I don't want there to be no hiccups, no nothing. That way, when I send it out, oh yeah, immediately you'll know.
Okay. So, what's your social media handles, and do you have a readers group on Facebook or anywhere or a newsletter?
So I do not have a reader group on Facebook. I barely use my author page on Facebook, which I have to probably need to do that a little more. My handles are the same everywhere, which is Sunshine's Urban Novels. Here, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, you will find me there. I am more so active on here. I do my best to do Instagram. I just did it where anytime I post on there, it'll just send straight to Facebook and Threads.
Okay, okay. Are you attending any book expos, signings, or events this year or next year?
I got for right now, like I said, I want to make sure my foot is a little more out there, and I got enough money saved up because I got too many kids and they're expensive, so I gotta find a balance.
Yes, to do it to you every time. So now that we reached the end, before I get to this housekeeping shit, y'all know how I do. I'm gonna try to do that housekeeping fast, but it is what it is. So you heard it here first. From the soft spaces to the unflinching truth, Sun came through with a debut. Um, I said debut because I'm thinking this is your first, but him was your first, right?
No, Eternally Yours was my first, and then his came after.
I swear. Well, y'all know what the fuck I mean. That's it. We don't do basic love stories over here. If you haven't already, go grab Love Held Me Still and follow her journey because this is just the beginning. Thank you for tuning in to Black Girl Tired Book Talk. Until next time, stay love, stay loud, and stay black on motherfucking purpose. All right.
Absolutely.
So let's get to this housekeeping so I can get the fuck out of here because I need to touch some grass somewhere. So, Boozy Book Tour, Arlington, July 25th through the 26th. We are going to have the meet and greet at Bus Boys and Poets in Arlington, Virginia. And then we are going to have the reading, start the book signing in Fairfax, Virginia. Then we are going to be in Chicago. That'll be our 2-year anniversary. It's a celebration, y'all. So if you haven't got your tickets, you need to www.boozybooktour.com. It's 3 days. First day is the meet and greet. That is going to be teas. No, spice and teas. That'll be foodies who love to read, who will give you all the spices and the wines to pair them with. And then it's going to be Urban Tea Room, who is a sponsor for Chicago, and she is going to show you how to make teas, and all that good stuff. And you'll get to be able to purchase these items in there. So you're going to be in a nice little loft where you can, razzle down up in there. But the space is limited. Space is limited. So then we have the book signing. And the book signing is going to be like 40 authors. Fuck if I know. I lost count. Yeah. And it's going to be music. It's going to be fun. It's going to be dinner from FH Jerk God. And it's going to be Storm Talk. If you ever been to one of the Boozy Book Tours, y'all know how I get down when I'm in person. And y'all get those questions. So if your man with you, it ain't my fault. It's just not my fault. That's all I'm saying. And then the next day, we're going to be at the Duplex where the DJ is going to be pumping out a lot of house music from Chicago and a lot of, drill music from Chicago. And we're going to have a fucking good time. We're going to drink and we're going to eat. And then we're going to send y'all on your merry way. Next year, we have the Melanin Ball, which will be in Las Vegas. That is a 3-day event. We take you to the movies. We're taking you laser tag, and we're taking you karaoke. So you're going to have a good time getting drunk, acting like a big-ass kid in your pajamas. Next day, we're going to have the book signing, the Indie Literary Awards. If you haven't nominated your favorite author for the Indie Literary Award, what are you waiting on? The nominations are still open until the July 19th. So the nominations are still open. So if you have an author you want to nominate, whether they got one book or they got 20, you can. And then after the nomination, we're going to start voting. So if you haven't nominated anybody, you can go to the Boozy Book Tour website, or you can go in my bio. I have the link in my Beacons thing. And then We will have the Melanin Ball, which will be DJ Pilot. He will be giving us all the 90 goodness because it's a house party, y'all. We're doing it like Kid and Play. Everybody in their pajamas, and we are going to have a time, okay? What you do in Vegas is your business, okay? Okay. And then the next day for our brunch, we are going to have Bacon Trap, where E Sweets, who is also a sponsor for Chicago, will be baking, and we're gonna learn how to make them cookies that is so delicioso that she makes. And then we're gonna drink, listen to music, and trap it up. And then we're gonna send you on your merry little way. And the last event for 2026 is going to be the Dungeon Night. Dungeon Night is interracial, multicultural, BDSM, and erotica. This is a adult party. And when I say adult, your kids can't come. You might not want to bring your husband if he ain't. You might not. You might not. And if you do, that is your business. Okay? That is your business. It is 21 and up. NDAs must be signed. The first night is the meet and greet, and that's a sex toy party. And there is going to be a schmecked worker that's going to teach you how to do the things that you need to do, what you need to do. Okay? And then the next day is going to be the book signing. Once again, multicultural, interracial, BDSM, and erotica. Those are the genres that will be at that event. There might be a sprinkle of another genre, but when I say sprinkle, about two. Sprinkle. And then that evening, you come back to the event space, which will be the Church nightclub in Denver, Colorado, and you will get to experience kink play, impact play, all those plays with a dom and sub. It's going to be a time. So if you are out there looking and are in those genres, sign up. It's open. And if you are a reader wanting to attend this, sign up. Because once you sign up and you pay, that NDA is coming. If you don't have that NDA, money returned back to sender. We ain't gonna take your money. We ain't gonna ask you no questions. You ain't come. And no phones allowed at the evening. No phones are now. You can lock your phone up in the lockbox, but no phones allowed. And then in 2027, I might as well. Y'all finna get an exclusive, y'all. Y'all finna get an exclusive. There was a content creator that said, "Why don't nobody come to Dallas? Why don't nobody do no grills and gowns in Dallas?" Well, in 2027, we were going to Temecula, California. It wasn't written in stone, but once that was said, we said, why not? Why not come to Dallas? So the next Melanin Ball after this Las Vegas one will be in Dallas, and it'll be the Chopped and Screwed Grills Melanin Ball. And it will
Go
be
to
in
that.
Dallas,
That's close.
Texas. And that will open after the Melanin Ball in Las Vegas. So, yes, that will be the next one. We playing out ahead. And also in 2027, y'all know we throwing that big ass fantasy masquerade ball in Savannah, Georgia, and it will be held at the Andes Savannah Hyatt. And the applications for authors, if you are in the horror, paranormal, fantasy, romanticy, Afrofuturism, sci-fi genres, you can sign up because those are the genres we are looking for to be at this particular event. The applications will be open October 28th, right along with sponsorship information. Also, readers will get their pre-sale tickets open. Only 50 tickets will be open for pre-sale December 15th, I believe. Once we come out with the author list, we would then start the pre-sale for readers, because why would you buy a ticket and you don't even know who the fuck gonna be there? Just saying. That's kind of stupid. But yeah, pre-sale tickets will be up December 15th for readers. If you are a book club, October 28th, you can put in your application, because though I love book clubs, you got to prove that you are a book club to get that discount. Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry. And if you are trying to be a moderator for the different panels. You can go on the Boozy Book Tours page and see what the different panels are. And if you feel that you are qualified to be a moderator to hold those panels, send us email, boozybooktour@gmail.com. We already have one moderator for paranormal. We still need one for sci-fi, horror, and fantasy. So, yeah, if you think you can handle a panel of 6 authors and the audience, let us know and tell us why. What are your qualifications? And you do not need to have a big following. That is not a thing. We do not care. But before our fantasy event, know that Jess and Lewis, her husband, they are doing an event in Atlanta next year. It is going to be October 23rd through the 25th, and it's called Fate in the A. It's sci-fi, paranormal, and fantasy. So check out that page on Instagram if you are interested. And, you know, if you're an author, let her know. If you are a reader, let her know. All right, and any events that are Black, go to Jaleesa Reed's page, book me there. She has them all up there. All right. Now, readers with businesses. Of course, Tylee, Marked by Tylee. If you are looking for an editor that is top tier, Marked by Tylee. She has amazing prices. She has, I think her flash sale is still going. I don't know. But you got to get in where you fit in because she stay booked. She stay booked. So Marked by Tylee, MARK' by Tylee. She does all genres. Then you have Urban Tea Room. Urban Tea Room is a book. Here it goes. They make book boxes. Jesus. They make book boxes that have characters that are teas. The teas are the characters, and they're delicious. So if you are interested in getting a book box of your series, your book, hit her up, www.urbantearoom.com, or you can catch her on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok under the Urban Tea Room or Books and Blend page. She is also a sponsor for Chicago Boozy Book Tour event. Yay. And then you have E-Sweets. E-Sweets is, man, Erica make these bomb-ass cookies and cake jars. I don't care what nobody say. Them motherfuckers are bomb. If you are an author looking for sweets to put in your book box or sweets to put on your table, she is your girl. You will go to www.esweetsindy.com. She makes the best desserts, y'all. She is also a sponsor for Chicago, and she will be in Las Vegas baking up a storm. So hit her up. She is called the Rita Baker on here. So find her, order. You just ordered yours, girl. They're good. They're good. It's like crack. It's good. And then you have Nicole. If you think I'm the only podcaster out here, you're not doing your research. She has Pop Your Ish. She helps you pop your ish on her podcast. And she's also a PR consultant, and she does street team and art teams for authors and influencers and businesses. So if you are interested, hit her up. Her page is called Booked and Busy. And the busy is Bizze. I think that's how you say it. Spell it.
IE.
IE. All right. And then you have Jess, who I just told you, who's doing a fantasy event next year, October 23rd through the 25th in Atlanta. She also has a business called the Bibliophile Boutique, where she sprays the pages of your books, turn them really pretty, and she also does street teams and art teams. So hit her up. Then you have Shannon, my co-conspirator, and partner for the Boozy Book Tour. She has her own bookstore. So if you are looking to get your book online in an online bookstore, she is your person. It's called the Literary DFW, and that's LITURAY. No, just look it up. There you go. The Literary DFW. Because shit, my brain is on fritz right now. And she also makes author book boxes. She also does merch. She did AA's book box right there. She's done a lot of authors book boxes, and she's good with it. She makes all the merch for Boozy Book Tour and for her own subscription book boxes that are so fucking pretty. And some of them book boxes got them adult toys in them. So you know. Mm-hmm. And every penny that you put into the literary DFW goes to her getting her mobile bookstore in the DFW area in Dallas. So then you also have Book to Travel. Book to Travel is a book club that is helping readers travel to different places and like the places you see in the book. They are also a sponsor of Las Vegas, a new sponsor of Las Vegas Melanin Ball. So check them out, Book to Travel. So if you're looking to book a trip to travel based off your book, that's who you're going to go to. Book to Travel, y'all. And then another editor is Tori Moore. If you want, if Tylee, because Tylee be booked, y'all, she be booked. There's other editors, and Tori Moore is an editor, and that's more promotions and something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But all you gotta do is type in Tori Moore, and it will pop up. She's an editor. And last but not least, book podcast. There's always a book podcast. 1, Pop Your Ish. 2, Jaleesa reads. 3, Lady Creole has one every Sunday on Instagram. Lady Creole also has a huge following, a nice big following, and she's helping authors, indie authors, black indie authors, promote and market their books. If you are looking for a promotion and marketing team, she is your person. Go to her. She has her own business. Help support it just like she's supporting y'all. Last but not least, all my videos will be on YouTube. If you go to my Substack, I will have written reviews and my personal thoughts. And then if you want a planner, I got one. It's in my bio. And the events that I'm going to be at podcasting for real, the Jam Awards on the 18th, July 18th. I will be in Atlanta for the K Renee Jam Awards podcasting. I will be at the Black Writers Weekend. I will be moderating the paranormal panel and also podcasting live, and we'll be receiving my Influencer of the Year award. Yay me. And then I will also be in Detroit August 23rd at the ICU Powered by Brave Book Expo, harassing Brandon Massey. Yeah, I will. I will. And I will be there podcasting live. And next year, I will be live in LA at the Shelly P event, the Los Angeles event, which will be the Cali Book Takeover, which is Books, Denim, and Converse event. And that's April 23rd through the 25th. Make sure you get your tickets when she opens them. And that lineup is sick. Y'all gonna see me on live harassing Lisa Austin. Because, you know, I'm a big fan. Even though I'm interviewing her next week. But I'm a big fan. Really. So, that's it. Do you have anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
To my child who's probably still in here, get out. My, my children have made their presence known in here a few times. Get out.
And on that note, tomorrow I will have Maurice Myers. He is a fantasy paranormal author, and y'all know how I feel about fantasy and paranormal. And he black. So make sure you check it out. 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And will I be late? Probably, because I be reading, y'all. I be reading. For real. I don't be forgetting. I just be reading. All right. So I'll talk to you later, son. Thank you. Bye, y'all.